y'all?
Yo, what's good? I'm
Check.
happy as fuck that we're back here right now.
Whoa, yeah, it's a marathon week. But if you are hearing this, you might be running the marathon.
Legit. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
They might legit be like on mile
however many.
one right now.
They might be at the start line.
Honestly,
they might have waited to put us on at like mile 15.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like if you on mile 1, if you just going under the bridge, and here's my beautiful 3-year-old. August, come over here. If you're like just now running under the bridge, turn us off, enjoy the first few miles, let people cheer for you, soak in all of the energy, and also slow the fuck down. You're going way too fast right now.
Yeah,
okay?
slower is better.
25 other miles that we need to run, okay? So let's relax.
Or you could be listening to this and you already finished the marathon and you're a few days past the marathon because you chose to not put any AirPods into your ears or do any media listening during your marathon. Because I know I was just talking to the cohort today about how I chose specifically not to put my AirPods in. Right now, see, we're at the incubator and August is being guided by our guest and set up very nicely. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we are people and we also are podcasters, and Ian is a very wonderful parent. And some days August comes into the studio, and by studio, I mean
the Bronzeville incubator. I mean, we might as well
it's an open
shout
space.
It out.
Right. And so we're here now. But either way, if you're on a run and you're listening to this, like, take it easy. You've made it this far. You're doing great.
I love that. I'm loving that energy. And we're going to continue in the spirit of marathon by making our recap. Honestly, like, my week was good, but like, I kind of just only want to talk about what happened yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yesterday was the marathon pregame. And actually today I went on my run. I went on a recovery run and I listened to our podcast and I was like, wow. You know, it was really that we talked about the marathon pregame a lot. So here we go again.
Right.
Now we're on the other end of it. I would love your thoughts before I give my thoughts. But I feel like I have weekly updates too.
You do?
So.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so then I'll go first then, because my weekly updates are really short because everything it was a really slow week at the store, and that's kind of what I was just focused on, is getting prepared for the marathon. I think the last time I talked to y'all was like after the 11th hour of spending time at Courtney and Matthew's house.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But like, yeah, for me, it was just some really smooth week, mad chill, just getting ready for the pregame event. And then actually having the pregame event, which was like, for me, the highlight of this entire month, because it was like, everybody kept talking about, oh, like, Ian, like, you really in your bag, like, you really doing what you supposed to be doing. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I do like being the center of attention. I do like making everybody laugh.
I don't hear no lie.
Right, you know? Mm-hmm. But, you know, I never really pictured myself being on stage. I was a rapper for a short period of time, really short period of time. And that was because I was a manager before that. And I think I had some really good artists that just didn't know how to be successful. And so I just wanted to know that what I was doing was right. And so like, I'm gonna be a rapper. I had a couple shows, that was fun, but it was like nothing for me. Mm-hmm. So being on stage yesterday and people telling me I look comfortable and I was in my bag, like it was a really weird place to be, but it felt so good.
Yeah, I really feel like I was in my bag too. Like it was an event where I put so much work into it beforehand and it stressed me out so much, but I also was very excited and exhilarated by the process of like curating it, that by the time the day came, I was like, it's what's done is done. I've done the work. Now it just has to unfold, because I physically didn't have to do anything other than be on stage. And that part to me, like talking to you, is super easy for me. Like I think we have just a natural, you know, vibe that it just makes it all all slow.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed the pregame as well. I really feel like I kind of wish I got more content personally, but I know that there's going to be like content that comes out of it. That's fine. But like looking back and seeing like people post about actually being in like the hot tub and the cold tub, I was like, oh my God, I'm glad that everyone really like got in and experienced that and did the boots. And then like also enjoyed all of the vendors, like, you know, shouts out to our sponsors, Don Julio, Kettle One, and fucking Seedlip. The Don Julio was gone quickly.
Tequila and champagne, like the tequila
The
was
levels.
at the top of the recipe list, and champagne was at the bottom. I wish I knew it was in the middle, so I can have these ingredients at home.
It's a limonada.
So it was just lemonade, champagne. I feel like it was like 5 things on that list.
I mean, maybe more, and like mint on top or something.
I need to be able to recreate this drink.
You better look up
when people come over
limonada.
to the house, I'll be like, "Oh, I'll make you my signature real quick. Don't even worry about it. Just relax. I got you."
Yeah, and like shouts out to Jorge because he's a runner in the community, local legend. He's the creator of Grocery Run Club. Shouts out to him. But he's the plug for Diageo, which has all of these brands underneath it. So like they came out, they served. We assumed people would not want to drink as much, but those cocktails were gone.
Yeah.
I mean, Seedlip was non-alcoholic. Kettle One was there obviously too, but like everyone loves Don Julio.
Yeah. No, Julio showed up. I appreciate you, Julio. I mean, you made that event go really.
Are you talking
well.
about Jorge or are you talking about Don Julio?
I'm talking about Don Julio. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm like, the way you're talking about it, you're making it seem like it's a person.
Hey,
so I just wanted to make some clarity
he
there.
showed up and did the job. Like,
Okay.
I appreciate it. But honestly, but for real, like the way you were saying, like, I think I wouldn't have been as comfortable on stage if I wasn't up there with you.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Thanks.
Hands down.
Same, friend. Like, I just really feel like we are a duo and it makes it that much easier because like we lean on each other to keep it going. And like we really made that whole event like fun for everybody and it was fun for us too.
Legit. I really tried to lean in on my man's Carrie though a little bit.
Yeah, well, you know how he came out. He's talking about, I'm going to stand. I'm like, of course you're going to stand because he's that type of guy. Like, that nigga doesn't want to be sitting no way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just funny because it's like, he changed the dynamic for sure of the interview by standing. Like, you know, that creates a different sense of like, who's leading. But like, at the end of the day, we still led. And we made sure that we had to say what we had to say.
That's interesting because what I got from that was like it kept the energy really live.
It
like,
does
really
keep
high.
the energy really high.
It was really intense, especially since he monologued like a lot of his answers.
Because that's how I knew that was what was going to happen. I knew we were going to be able to say very little and that he would make sure to say what he had to say.
And then I got Coach Robin over to the side of the stage looking like an umpire throwing up fingers at me.
She said
like,
5 minutes. 3 minutes.
Like it was.
And then even Carrie is just like, she told Carrie too to let him know because everyone knows he's long-winded, but just that's how he's good at what he does. He comes through. He showed up for a specific reason. He came to do what he needed to do.
I was like, what's your fondest moment? And it was not a moment.
It was moments.
It was a memoir.
Yeah. It was several different things that he said, but that's okay. Like, and honestly, the highlight of having the elite athletes, like that went way better than I thought it would go. Like I already knew it would be good, but like the fact that we had a 84-inch TV and they were up there and like they popped in.
They made those.
You know what I mean? And I saw Nike, they popped in on it. I just looked at my email and Nikki from Nike, I read the first sentence of her email and it was just like, it was so fun to just kind of crash the Zoom call. And I was like, okay, I had a feeling it was somebody that we knew. So
I was wondering when I saw the Nike Chicago.
Yeah, you know, they're not going to just let somebody just pop up from the elite team.
They got a reason. They need to know.
They had to see the situation.
They needed to know how we was able to handle ourselves with such esteemed guests.
Right.
You feel me?
Exactly.
And I think we handled it well.
We
it was
did.
Really nice. Sarah, Diane, and I felt bad because I kept calling her Kiara. I could not remove myself.
It's Kiara.
I know. And that was the problem. Like I kept hearing Kiara.
I mean,
and
it's
in
the
my
same
mind,
shit.
my brain, my 87th Street brain was like Kiara.
I mean, that's what I called her too.
You called it, but y'all kept saying Kira.
I was trying to blend it all together because I didn't know how to say her name.
Yeah, she was Kiara that entire time. And she just smiled. She ain't say nothing. Mm-hmm. So I hope that was her name. She was so much fun.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah. And I honestly, at this point, like I'll pop in a couple of my highlights throughout the conversation, but I would love to just get on to our special guest today. We are not alone in the studio, and we're very excited to welcome in...
Its.Stazi. What's good?
Its.Stazi, Anastasia. She's on the Gumbofit cohort. You know, we wanted to have her on because she just has like a really compelling like presence, and you know, she's really just like, I don't know. She's a shining star. Okay. She sticks out.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Come on, Its.Stazi. Do you like it? Like, because I call you Anastasia.
Yeah.
I call people by their full names, and I always have been that way.
It is Anastasia. People call me Its.Stazi from my Instagram, so
because that's Its.Stazi.
And then Picasso calls me Fantasia. So
facts.
That's interesting. But yeah, Anastasia, Its.Stazi, that's me.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, thanks for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
How has been your week? Give us a couple highlights.
Okay, this week.
Running, non-running, don't even matter.
Yeah, so today was a highlight. I did my recovery run, and I did it at like 8:50 pace, which for me, that's like stupid fast. So I felt good about that. I felt strong.
Can we pause that for a second? Did you say recovery and then you said fast?
I did.
But all in one sentence.
You know what?
That's not a recovery, sis. That's not a recovery.
But it just felt good. It felt right. And you say, listen to your body. So that's what I was doing.
You was feeling good. You was feeling good. I get it.
Yeah, the pregame was also dope. I wanted to jump in when y'all were talking about that because y'all are a great duo. And Ian asked some good ass questions to the commissioner. And y'all, this is very casual, right? This is very, okay, you call him a nigga. And I was like, that's a white man.
I mean, everyone's a nigga to me. It's people. Okay, great. It's like you know what I'm talking about when I say it.
Okay, great.
And if you don't, then I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, great. So... You asked him a really good question about the course and if it was coming down to the south side. And
how are we going to get it to 53rd Street?
He gave a really, 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 really experienced answer.
Yeah.
He really did.
Did it satisfy you in terms of what you asked?
I knew what we was there for, so I didn't want to like press him. I'm hoping we're going to have him on the podcast at some point.
Okay.
But like, my only pushback that I gave him, because he was trying to talk about, have like the audience not the audience, but yeah, the spectators have an ability to ride the train and follow their runners around town.
Yeah.
Green line is...
So that's what my pushback was. Like, I would love
the Metra.
Right.
Yeah, I would love to see Bank of America Marathon spectators on the green line that runs right along King Drive.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my pushback, and I know I had to move on and whatnot.
Got you.
But
okay. I thought it was a great question, though.
I appreciate that. Yeah. But they need to know. Big energy.
Yeah, I mean, we prepped questions before everything, and then we just kind of like asked them back, and like we kind of felt who would at the point, like, okay, maybe you ask a question, I'll ask a question. So it's like, these are questions that we both came up with prior to the interviews. And we didn't even get through all of them, obviously, because again, like Carrie is he's got a presence, and that's just who he is. He has his own radio show, and he should have his own presence. I mean, he represents like one of the biggest. He's the executive director of one of the biggest events in Chicago. So that's like.
And then he created the Abbott World Majors. Like he like all any energy that he had on that stage was completely valid and stuff like that. He was just on the stage with me and Courtney, so it wasn't like you weren't just gonna say, you weren't gonna give us no like mediocre sound bite about coming south. Like no, like I he checked us.
I said this in the last episode too, where it's like. We not only have asked the Bank of America like about coming down to at least 53rd or even 51st Street. Like I've asked other people that are also in higher positions there as well. And then they'll say like, oh, we need community buy-in to come down there, or we need, cause it's like the alderman needs to agree and all this other stuff. And there's like, obviously the politics to it, but like to again, it's also like very safe answers, because it's like if they have to go down that way, that's 5 miles from the south side. And so then it's like as far as they go is what, 43rd Street?
Not as far as they go is 35th.
30. Oh yeah, because we're going to be at 35th in
Yeah,
Indiana. So like that's an additional 15 miles or 15 blocks, and like that would probably take them away from some of their northern and like
of course, yeah.
and like in Lakeview and Uptown. That's where like you'll get like a drag show and like all this other stuff. They get super hype over there.
A what show?
A drag show. Like the drag queens come out.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
When you get into Boys Town, it's crazy.
You get like it's gonna be a whole. There's a whole thing. Yeah. So like. So then it's like there. So I think it also has to do with like some of these neighborhoods who are used to having it around every year, and all of a sudden, if it's like, oh, we're just gonna move it 15 blocks south, it's like. But I still think that they could figure that shit out because the last few miles of the marathon are dry.
Yeah, or it doesn't have to end downtown. Like, can it just end more?
But that was
south?
one of the points that he made was like we
have to have
like
it
having it
downtown.
end where it starts.
Yeah.
Which I honestly do too.
Yeah.
This
Grant Park is like the perfect.
It is.
one of the
location.
places that I feel like they could take away from is around the United Center. I get it. It's a cute little tourist attraction
I don't care.
situation. But, you know, like it's not necessary because there's really no homes over there.
Nothing.
That's not a neighborhood where the route goes through over there. It stays on the main street, passes Whitney Young, the police academy, and the United Center and stuff. So maybe the west end of it could be, it could be where you take some miles away. It don't have to be all on the north end of it and whatnot. But like, this just showed me that none of them been to the Bud Billiken parade because King Drive be lit at the Bud Billiken parade. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the runners would get hella hungry though because they wouldn't be passing out oranges and bananas on King Drive. It'd probably be like Polish sausages and all type of stuff. Just people.
They ain't got bananas down there? What you mean?
Not like moms be grilling at the Bud
And then when
on King Drive in front of the cribs, in front of the brownstone.
Well, and then when you, it would be a different experience if like, but like they move the
Selling knockoff
the
merch.
course slightly like every year. They change it just a little bit. So it's like it's not impossible, and they might just start doing it slowly but surely. And who knows? It could be like 5 years, and then all of a sudden it's down 53rd Street. But like. It's weird. It's weird. And but then also, you get a different experience. Like, because when you go through Pilsen, you got people handing you out food.
There's
and it's
so
like,
much love in Pilsen.
there's so much love in Pilsen.
Like random strangers or people sanctioned by the...
random
handing
people
you food.
talking about, do you want this?
People
beer,
take it.
food, all that. Yeah.
Like,
my first year,
barbecue
my
chicken.
First year,
You were running and eating strangers' food.
I mean, I don't think it would be that popular right now. We're talking 2019.
Okay, you're right. It's different times.
Yeah.
I mean,
But still.
don't knock it because, like, listen, like I remember my
Yeah.
first year when I had a banana, right?
Yeah.
And it's my first year. I didn't know what to expect. My dexterity was gone, and like I think they thought chopping the banana in half would make it easier to open, but it don't because I don't have a little thing at the top.
Yeah, you gotta like. They give you at the end of the marathon. They give you like a quarter that's this big.
But
That's
like
chopped on either side.
this was like in Pilsen though,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I just grabbed a banana.
Your hands were not working while you were
It
running
was
the
not
marathon.
working,
That's
right?
wild.
So what I did was I had to full frontal this banana. I had to like just go in with my teeth,
Oh my
rip
God.
off the like peel, and
Yeah.
then just like
I'll take a
eat.
banana, but I thought you said chicken. Didn't you just say it to my
No,
friend?
I'm saying if they was on the south side, they would be fed chicken.
No, but like honestly, I didn't say chicken. I said chicken and Pilsen. I'm not look.
Okay, I know somebody
I'm
said
just
chicken.
Somebody be handing out chicken.
But I was
Bill.
saying like
Chicken.
people were barbecuing and trying to hand me like barbecued food
What?
when I was
Wild.
running like Jamaican food.
Are
I
you
was
serious?
yes,
Hell
I'm
nah,
dead ass.
boy.
Like
I've never seen
like people
that.
were like
Exactly, that's why I
literally
was
asking me if I was hungry.
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Yeah,
But also,
I'm not eating
I'm
your food.
running.
I know. I
Okay,
kept
so
going. But
that's
if you don't
what-
really care that
I'd
much,
have
you
took
could
that
chill.
shit out.
Candace took an hour off of her marathon in 2019. PR'd crazy. But she stopped and said hello to her friends and hugged them and had pictures afterwards. I said, "What?"
Yes.
Yeah, like in the middle of a race, she did that, and then still PR'd by an hour.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Candace she'll be in.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But legit, you gonna eat a random banana, a random one.
I'm cool
I mean,
with
you're
that. I
gonna
have no
get the
problem.
regular
If-
bananas
It was
from
the
the
cook food.
marathon.
It was the cook food.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, from strangers. Okay. But no.
Shit, just give me a wet wipe. Let's go.
Yeah. The salt will be real on my face. I do know that.
Yeah, I know, and I know a lot of people stop at their McDonald's in Pilsen.
During the marathon?
Yeah,
I mean,
like
because
Cokes.
not
How
everybody
funny.
is focused on a time.
But that will hurt your stomach.
No, it won't. I run running. Coca-Cola is suggested for like ultra marathons because it's carbs, sugar, and it's caffeine.
So I don't run with food in my stomach. Like all of our long runs I've done on an empty stomach. So for the marathon, I probably will have to eat something because you said it's impossible.
I mean, we're saying
at this point.
I mean, I never suggest not eating food for a long run because that's just, but at this point you can't change anything. So you're
it just hurts my stomach. I tried one long run. I ate like a banana and like a piece of toast.
Sometimes that's the problem is you shouldn't eat you shouldn't eat toast or like bagels, but it should be like overnight oats.
Oh.
Yeah.
But now it's too late.
So you never tried like the nutrition.
You gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
Because it's the thing is if one thing doesn't work, then you say, okay, let me try something else. So I'll drink I wouldn't eat sometimes I'll take a spoonful of like peanut butter.
Yeah.
And then or I'll do overnight oats and add some dates in it. But then it's like the way I eat it is usually I'm like shoveling it in my mouth, but I'm not actually hungry. So then I swig it down with some warm water. Mm-hmm. So it's like that. So during our training season, when we were telling you guys to try different things, it's like you should be eating before you do your long run, but it's about figuring out what actually works for you. Because if you have a problem with something the first time, then it's like, okay, let me try something else. But at this point,
it's too late.
You're gonna be out here hungry.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
But that's why.
Unless I wake up at like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. And
you gotta be there at 7.
Yeah, baby, you waking up at like 4.
Yeah.
Because of anxiety or just because
traffic?
I'm actually staying downtown, so I'm thinking.
Oh shit!
As long as you can get there.
Hotel room, okay.
I love it. I love it. You at least walk in 3 miles before the race.
So that'll be like my warm up.
Yeah, you'll be walking 3 miles for the race, and don't take anything you got to check, especially since you're downtown.
Nope, I'm not.
Take what you're racing in. That's love.
Yeah,
that's smooth. How far is your spot from your corral?
The hotel?
Mm-hmm.
I think a mile and a half.
That's so legit. That's so smart.
Yeah.
I come from the south side every year.
Oh my God.
I didn't have any problems. I literally just got dropped off right in front. I didn't have
Did
any.
You take public
I got an Uber and there was no traffic.
Yeah.
Because it was early in the morning.
I forget one year I took the Green Line, another year I took Uber.
Yeah. The Uber dropped me off right there.
This is perfect too. At least for me, getting right downtown.
I don't want to worry about something that could be unreliable to get me somewhere on time is for something as important as a marathon. So I personally wouldn't take public transportation.
Oh no, the trains.
The train, like
you don't think those are reliable?
Yeah, on especially on marathon day, like they coordinate all of that. The
that's
lines
great.
Are moving.
Yeah, but I'm saying for me, coming from Hyde Park, I can't take a train.
I did prefer the train.
So and I'm not gonna take. I don't want to take the 6 because
we can take the metro.
No. For me, for my own comfort, just like you don't want to eat any food, I'm not taking public transportation.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna pre-order my Uber the night before,
that
and that motherfucker's coming
anymore either.
You know what I mean? I was good.
That was actually the year I ran with y'all. Was the year I took the Green Line, and I enjoyed the energy from the Green Line more than the year before when I did the Uber and stuff like that. Like it was like because you got so many racers. So many people who's running the race, so many spectators on there and stuff like that.
Early in the morning.
And they bibs, and stuff like that. Like it'd be lit on the public transportation headed to the marathon because there's so many people from all over the city on all the lines headed that way.
Yeah, that's cool.
But, to each his own. Make sure you got your plan. Make sure everything is laid out the night before. You ain't got to make a whole lot of decisions. It's just wake on, slip in, get out the door, get to your corral, and enjoy these miles.
Yeah,
but
I still need my outfit.
I still need your outfit.
Yeah, so I'm surprised y'all ain't brought it up yet, but obviously I have to wear Nike and not another brand. So I bought hella Nike stuff, but it didn't fit.
No.
So I still need to figure it out what I'm going to wear because it can't be Adidas. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Look, only thing
I know it's too late also.
What I would say to you is run in what you feel comfortable in. Yeah. This is your race. Nike not paying you. You know what I'm saying?
Say it again, but people in the back.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So run in what you feel comfortable in.
Okay.
And it's your race. Yeah. All right? We spoke to the Nike athletes yesterday. All right? They I will be in what they getting paid to wear. You wear what you feel comfortable in. Wear what you wore in your 20-mile run. You know what I'm saying? Like, what works for you? Because this is your race.
Say less.
2,000%.
Say less.
But other than that, I mean, outside of running, like of course, I personally met you in the cohort situation and whatnot. But I mean, you know, it's so many people. You can kind of like look past a person a little bit. What really drew my personal attention to you was your cool ass COVID content on your page. I forget the name of the other Instagram page, but you got your personal, and then you got the other one that deals with like health and science and all of that. Speak to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's the Black Public Health Professionals. I have my master's in public health, so I wanted to start an organization for Black people like me who just want to build a community of folks that are interested in healthcare. So I create COVID videos because, as we know, it's rampant, it's everywhere, but also there's a lot of misinformation out there.
A lot of it.
Yeah, I wanted to create videos to share information and make it somewhat entertaining, and just clown people that don't take it seriously, I think.
What is the reaction that you've gotten from like when you started it versus now?
It's all been good. I've only had like a few negative comments about like this isn't real or like, you know, the vaccine was made too quickly. I've had pretty much all good stuff, but I'm not mad at like conversations about why people are scared or why they shouldn't trust the vaccines. Like I want to have those conversations in the comments, but it's growing slowly. Like I'm at like 550 followers. I started this last year. So it's a little baby, so it's growing, but I just want to, you know, build a platform for, you know, content like that, but also I'm creating a directory for people to find a Black healthcare provider in Chicago. So we know that your health outcomes improve if you see a doctor that looks like you. And so having this directory on our website where people can just easily search for like a dentist or a OBGYN to provide them healthcare that's a Black person. I think it will just make it easier, user-friendly and stuff. So
yeah. So like, I mean, also when people say negative things, it just gives you another reason to make another video.
Exactly.
So like, it's just like more content from that.
Absolutely. And I really enjoy like researching the facts. I learned so much. Like, recently I posted about sickle cell disease. I didn't have a lot of information about it prior, but September was Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And I did so much research on this disease, the number of people it impacts. Like 1 out of every 13 Black people have sickle cell trait, which just means you're a carrier of sickle cell disease and you don't really know it. You probably will know if you have sickle cell disease because you're tested when you're a baby, but sickle cell trait, 1 in 13 people have it. 1 in 13 Black people have it. And
that's like HPV. Like everybody got that shit.
Yeah. So like why did you find anything in your research about like why it's so prominent in the Black community?
I did. So sickle cells, researchers think that sickle cell is a protective factor for malaria. So people that have ancestors in regions in Africa or Central South America, the Middle East, are more likely to have sickle cell disease because it protects you from dying from malaria. So.
And then the weather doesn't change as much, I'm assuming, in those places, or like what? Because isn't it the weather change that kind of like makes it flare up?
The mosquitoes and all that for malaria?
No, for sickle cell. Because I just know that when I was in school with people who had it, it seemed like they would get sick when like the temperature would change.
That is true, yes.
Yeah.
But I think that's like a side effect of having sickle cell disease. But in terms of why Black people have in general is because of malaria.
But I'm just saying, like, it just seems like as far as malaria goes, it must not. I wonder how it affects people within like the continent of Africa if they live in a place where the seasons don't change and it doesn't get as cold, so then they're less affected by sickle like the disease of sickle cell. And
it's possible.
I'm just wondering like how that like. It doesn't seem like that's talked about as much as versus it's talked about here so much because like we live in a place that has so many different climates where it seems as though like the cold weather makes it more difficult to live with.
Yes, I think that is true. Yes.
Because I mean, it kind of sounds like it's a disease because people have it here.
Versus it like...
It's kind of like the episode with Mike when I was talking about how quote unquote high blood pressure, but the ability to retain more water help.
Look that one up.
During,
what?
Because I let him speak sometimes. But hear this one out, and then and then if it encourages you to do some research on this, I would love that.
What is it? Blood pressure, water retention?
So yeah, I know when people have high blood pressure, it deals with water retention. Am I right? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
also, I just want to preface: I am not a doctor. I am not a clinical professional.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm not asking you as if
So I will have to do research.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
So from what I know, from the people I know who have high blood pressure, they take water pills because your body retains a lot of water.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying for me, listening to what you're saying about sickle cell, it was really there to protect people from malaria. In this situation, those of our ancestors who were part of the slave trade, being dehydrated, being packed in these boats and these hot things, if you had the propensity to retain more water, you were more likely to survive that trait. Whereas now, that gene or that trait that would have helped you in those regions where we're really from, now is
because now we have plenty of water.
We got plenty of water, enough food, process, all of these things. So it's only a disease because of our environment, not necessarily because it's truly harmful to us.
True.
So I wonder if sickle cell kind of falls into that. Sickle cell kind of falls into that.
It's possible, but of course, like, you're gonna always have the disease. It's about having like the symptoms. That's what you're talking about. Like, you can have sickle cell disease, something you just have, and then sometimes you will have pain crises where your body, I guess a friend of yours had pain in their body based on the weather getting colder.
So sickle cell can manifest in a benevolent way, or it can have some like really drastic effects on your body, irregardless.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. Okay. All right. The more you know. I love it.
I mean, just for those, because like listening right now, as far as COVID is concerned, is there anything that you feel that people should know from the research that you've been doing, like in this moment now?
I think I still am very trusting of the vaccines. I think everyone should be getting them. But I think I was almost too trusting in the sense of like, I am good to go. Like I was traveling. I know y'all know because I wasn't at all the practices or whatever. But I was traveling. I was doing my thing. And I was like, I'm vaccinated. I'm a healthy individual. I wear my mask. I'm good to go. So when I was on one of my vacations, I actually got COVID. And it was just like, this is crazy. Like, I know you can still get it because that is also a myth that once you're vaccinated, you can never get it. But I definitely felt like if I did get it, I wasn't going to feel any symptoms. I wasn't even going to know to get tested. But I felt every single symptom of having COVID. And I had a vaccine. And I did get my vaccine in December of 2020 because I like worked at a healthcare system. And so I was one of the first people to get it. So maybe I needed a booster. But yeah, I got every single symptom. So all that to say, I think you should still get it, but don't act like you are completely immune because that's not the point of the vaccine. The point of the vaccine is to make sure you are not hospitalized or die. And I definitely wasn't hospitalized. Obviously, I'm still here. So
right. It's like a condom. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Take them with you. Have it, but also ask questions before you lay down. Things can happen.
Welcome to the Runners Club podcast. I'm your co-host, Courtney. That was Ian.
What?
Whatever.
Okay.
But nah, it's smooth. I love how like my favorite post was just honestly the ingredients of what was in the vaccine.
You like that?
It was like mad simple. I feel like I had half of that shit in my cabinet.
Yes, you do.
You know, so it was really cool. And sharing that with some of the people I knew and sharing that with some of my friends was like kind of like, you know, what pushed them over to go ahead and get the vaccine.
Awesome to hear. Yeah, I think especially in the Black community, we are like, I don't trust the government. What's in this vaccine? But once you like, Nicki Minaj talking about, I'm gonna do my research. It's so easy to do the research and figure out what is out there, where the science came from to even create these vaccines. So it's all laid out for you. And again, it is safe, effective, and everybody should get it.
Wait, no. So when you were just talking right now, I remember I did not meet you during the gumbo cohort situation. She literally ran into my fucking life and into,
God.
like, yes, like the heartbreak
Was that the first
relay. That's the first time I even seen you. Like, you did not exist before that, and she just showed up, not affiliated, nothing. Hops in because we had that gumbo heartbreak relay situation at Dunbar Park. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I do remember that.
And then she pulls up, right? And she pulls up.
Like,
Ain't nobody looking at her. Like, we all cheering for our little friends and everything. And then she come and just kills the track. I mean, from the get-go. And then leaves.
Yeah.
And left. She's like, okay, yep, I did it. And then went on.
That's wild. How did you even hear about it?
I have ran with Gumbo before. I had gone to Track Tuesdays.
Okay.
So I was following Gumbo. I knew about Gumbo. And when I first got there, I was signed up under Gumbo. But I was like, I'm actually not even... These people don't even know me. Why am I under Gumbo?
I feel like you came out like a couple times.
Yeah.
So like I recognize you, but I don't think I had like a full conversation yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody asked her name. I was like, hey girl, who is you?
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure. I was like, that's Anastasia. Like, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And so...
That was the illest fucking performance.
Thank you so much. You know what had happened was... so there was 4 of us running, right? It was the 400. And I ran the 400 in high school and the 4x4. I did like all sprints and I love track. So anyway, we were there. It was 4 of us running and we were all about to go after, I think, the men's. And I think it was Kiara. I don't think it was Paige. Paige and Kiara asked me, what lane do you want? And I'm thinking, okay, it's 4 of us running. I want lane 1 so I can see everybody ahead of me. I can see how fast I should go. Kiara was like, I got 1, somebody else got 2, and Paige got 3. And I'm like, okay, why you asking me what lane I want? Obviously, I'm in lane 4.
Oh,
so I'm in lane 4, the lane I don't want, obviously, because I'm in front of everybody. So that's why I took off so fast and why I was like killing.
Well, girl, you never saw who was else.
Okay, period.
Like, so, you didn't even have to worry about it.
I didn't. So I took off extremely fast. Because again, I have never ran with these people before. I'm very competitive. I love track. I honestly ran very slow that day, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. So
yo, that was crazy. And then from then, like I would have recognized you in a crowd of people. You became a superstar to me. Like that shit, that was just an unnecessary performance. It was unnecessary. It was crazy. It was fire. It was fire. I'm sorry, I had to bring that back because I had to make sure that I let people know. He had a flashback. Right. I had to let people know. Its.Stazi ain't playing no games.
I'm not playing no games, honestly, for real. I love track. So, and that's why I love Track Tuesdays because it gives me a little taste of track, even though we definitely ain't doing no sprints for real. But any chance I get, I'm like, who wants to race me? Because me and Christian be racing. I think y'all were there. Obviously, Christian is a man, so he's going to run faster than me. But
that's not always the case.
Well, you're right. But
Christian is fast.
In this situation,
he's a D1 fast athlete. He also runs sprints, so he definitely going to run faster than me. Yeah. But anyway, I love track. So it was fun. Thank you for hosting that. And I got some shoes. I got a nice coffee book table.
It was legit.
Oh, you got our Gumbo Media magazine.
Yep.
A bag.
Yeah, that was a fun race. I mean, that was a really fun race. I think ultimately, like, we always wanted to do something on the track. And then we were just like, okay, should we do this again? How do we do this again? I feel like y'all are going to do something like that soon. With 7 on Sundays.
Not something like that, but...
Something like that.
We got something you might be interested in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You know, bring all them high school moves back and stuff like that.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So I mean, like, definitely keep an eye out because, like, after the marathon, I feel like 7 on Sundays you guys got some stuff. I don't even know what it is, but I mean, honestly,
I'll talk about it right now because by the time this dropped, the sign up is going to be up and stuff like that. Like a couple days after the marathon, but. We're going to give y'all like 2-3 weeks to relax, chill out. But me personally, I want to encourage y'all to continue running. Like the marathon isn't hoping to end all and be all for a lot of the runners in the cohort or a lot of people running the marathon. So I don't know if you remember, Courtney, we had that Everest thing.
Yeah. I know. I've been waiting for y'all to tell me when the new date is. I'm assuming that's when I knew was going to happen.
Yeah. So we canceled it because of the weather, and then it faked us out. But so we're gonna be bringing that back. That's gonna be happening one of the days on the last week of October, like right before Halloween. So getting 37 runners together to do some laps on the Blue Bridge, the 41st Street Bridge. And it's more of a collective run versus like a race, because all of the miles that you do, all the elevation from those miles will equal up to the height of Mount Everest and stuff like that.
Cool.
So we'll do all of that together at the end, make it a little situation, probably some, horse divorce and all of that, and eat good and chill out and hang out. So we'll be doing that. That'll be the first thing.
That's awesome.
And then just a little welcome back from the marathon. And then in November, we'll be having the Feed the Homies 5K.
Oh.
Yeah, which will have some philanthropy attached to it and stuff like that. We still working on what that is going to look like, which I'm probably going to talk to you and whatnot. But it's in the name, Feed the Homies. So we want to do something nice for Thanksgiving for
That's awesome.
Those who might have a tough time during that time.
Yeah.
But I want to know more about you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I want to know, first of all, how has your career in training for the marathon been? I feel like, how have you because you've been traveling.
Yeah.
You have your platform.
Yeah.
You have your job, which you kind of alluded to before we got on the podcast, which I didn't ask much more because I want you to explain it a little bit.
Okay.
And then I just want to know, what's it been like these past 18 weeks? Where have you been at?
Yeah, I actually trained for a marathon in 2020. So I ran a half in 2019. I ran a 10K in 2018. So I was like, let me do a marathon in 2020. And I was going to do the, what's it called, race. It was with Heartbreak, I believe, where we were in the woods somewhere.
Or they take the bridge, or they had us running out in the street and then the hill at the end?
It was in 2020. They had really cool medals that were made out of wood.
That's us. That's Gumbofit.
Yeah, that was
and
the Gumbo.
Edge,
That was our RLT.
Okay, yes, that.
It's RLT with Gumbofit and Edge.
I couldn't think of the name of it. Yes, that one. I was training for that one.
Yeah.
Alone, solo. And I think I went to Google to find a racing plan. And I was just doing it. I felt good.
Yeah.
Got up to 17 or 18 miles. And then I realized, I should have asked, the course was a loop. And you would have to, for the marathon, you have to run maybe 4 or 5 times to get up to 26.
It was 7 times.
It was 7 times.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't personally, this is going to be my one and only marathon. I still low-key feel that way just because it takes so long to train.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want it to be a special moment. I felt like it could have been special, but I just mentally, I knew I could not do that.
It was hard. I mean, Ian said it was one of the hardest.
It's the hardest
experiences.
It was the hardest course, and it wasn't.
I'm sure.
I thought the loops were going to be hard.
So you ran the marathon?
He ran that one.
Oh, you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought the loops were going to take me out.
Yeah.
It was
that hill?
The hills.
It was all of the fucking hills.
And the half was the opposite direction and was harder. And the marathon was the other direction. But then he still says that the hills killed him.
I don't think running down that hill was harder than running up that hill. Because going to
Are you angry, Ian?
Yes.
He's
every
mad.
chance that I get. I talked about it a little bit on stage. When they was talking about hill.
And that's why I didn't do it.
When they was talking about hilly courses, I shouted out, Robin, yes, we don't need that many hills. Because if you were not running down a hill, you were running up a hill.
The whole time.
The entire time. There was two places where you were
I'll say
not
one
running.
thing.
That's wild.
Chicago runners are spoiled. This flat surface that we train on, to me now after not even just I don't know. My ultra is 9 weeks away, and I've only been able. I have to train on hills all the time. It has brought to my attention just how spoiled we are as runners here.
Oh, yeah.
And so when we complain about hills, I'm like, bruh, it's not that bad. We live in Chicago.
He's saying that's different.
It's flat.
Even Paige ran in. She was
hills
like,
weren't that bad. I know
That's-
it's hard for us because we're low key. Like our sense
see
of
what you're
athleticism is not the same.
She said, y'all weak out here in Chicago.
Yes, we don't
Y'all
have as many hills a lot of places. But it was the frequency, had the close proximity of the hills.
One and then the
for
other, and then
me.
it was rolling
Rolling
hills.
See the rage in Ian's eyes
Rolling
right now.
hills that he will not
Listen,
let go.
I literally had to, I think the 6th time or the 7th time, Matthew Champa was at the bottom. First of all, the hill was so steep that we had a paraplegic racer. And the first time she went up the hill, she flipped backwards.
No.
Yeah, they had to like get her up,
Oh my God.
set her back in her chair, and then she had to go up the hill zigzag.
She also busted a tire and had it replaced.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to
she
her.
had a whole thing. She
That's
also
how-
did the half though. She did the half and the full.
And I bet you she would have said that half was the easiest. Going down that hill was a lot different than trying to climb.
But going downhill when you're tired is kind of difficult, but it's not as hard as running.
No, but the hills weren't the same. Like, I don't know. I think you went up the hill for the half and down the hill.
No, we went up the hill for the full. I grabbed Matthew Champa. If he didn't run up that hill with me holding onto his shoulder like this, there's no one word I would have climbed up that hill that last time. Wow. And then there was like one time where I was like, okay, let me get up this hill. Let me just power through the hill because you coming down into a valley before you even reach the hill.
Yeah.
And then you get into this valley and then it's flat. And then you got a little incline, then it's flat. And you just using as much momentum as possible. And you get up the hill, right? And I was like, I'm at the top. When I get to the top, I'll just walk a little bit, catch my breath. Because I have to give everything on this hill.
Right.
I stopped running and my legs just did this. Like they just like noodles. Oh, no. And the only reason I didn't fall over was because I gotta keep running. Running was the only thing that didn't stop me. If I tried to continue to walk, my legs would have gave out.
Wow.
Hands down.
Wow.
That was the craziest thing I've ever done in my life.
Good thing you didn't do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The Lord was with me. He told me you don't want to do that. So I stopped middle of my training season. I was like, I had gotten up to like 18 miles. And I was like, I'm not doing it. But it wasn't because of the hills. It was because of the loops. But had I known. Anyway, so it was my first time training for a marathon per se. But this is my first marathon that I will be running. And it's been great. Like, I've really enjoyed the, what's it called? The consistency, I guess, of having to go to track Tuesdays, having strength on Wednesdays, long runs on Saturdays. It gave my summer a lot of structure. I felt like I was already disciplined. Because me training in 2020, like by myself, I knew I had the discipline to do it. Like I would get up every morning and run my miles, but having this with, changing up a bit, not having to only run, but doing strength as well. Getting on the track, which I just love being on the track. So doing that was great. Having the community was amazing to me. This most recent run that we did, the last 9 miles of the marathon, I don't know what was in the air, but we were all just like loving on each other. We were just having such great conversations, just taking pictures. I had on a sports bra I wasn't supposed to, but we were taking so many pictures, just having a good time. And we had to walk back together. It was like a 2-mile walk. And we were all just like chit-chatting because we usually, I feel like, stay within the groups of friends that we know for the most part. But for that longish run, we were all just like, and we had known each other this whole 18 weeks, but I feel like was the first time we really got to bond. And so it's been great. Like, that's
love.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What run you said that was again?
It was the one last Saturday. The one that, we ran the last 9 miles of the marathon. So I feel like too is an opportunity to just like run and be like, the marathon was very real in that moment, I think, for a lot of us. Like for me, like obviously I had already ran in 2019, so I just felt nostalgic because I remember how I was feeling in like every mile and like passing. And like I saw friends who were like, "Oh, you're running this?" Like as I was running it, and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, because they were there for someone else, and like just like things like that just were coming to my mind, and I just remember just like every moment, and it just makes me obviously want to run the Chicago Marathon again.
Yeah.
But and I'm just very excited for you all, and for me to just even run with you guys during that time was it was fulfilling for me. But I also saw how fulfilling it was for you all.
Yeah.
Your sports bra doesn't matter. It matters to the crew. We're sponsored by Nike, obviously. Like they don't like the story is Anastasia had a Adidas sports bra on. It's her like it's clearly your favorite because you wear it a lot. Like you be wearing it like
You've seen it before?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Oh,
and
it's very supportive.
Yeah, I mean it's like everybody has their favorite sports bra. Like that's one garment for women who are running. Like any sport, it's like when you find a sports bra that you love, like that's it. Like it's hard to like just switch it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I completely understand this, but I'm not going to post it on our social media when we have Nike in the bio and you're right in the middle. I don't really care that deeply.
No, I
wasn't even going to bring it up.
I thought it was funny.
She brought it up like 3 times.
No, because it's funny. I thought that you do care because it was funny. It's funny.
It's funny. It's funny. It's not that. It's like, but it's like, Nike has sponsored our entire cohort and has given has provided the opportunity for a lot of what we've experienced over 18 weeks. So it's like
Courtney's gonna be walking around with black tape.
Yeah.
Run up, it's like, hold on, girl.
No, like it's just like at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Like, but it's like it's just at this point, it's like that's if you fuck with Gumbofit, obviously you're gonna know who supports us and we're powered by Nike Running.
Yeah, I mean it's
that's
the same.
Just it is what it is.
And that's how it is with 7 on Sundays. I threw Karen's shoes up on the lipo
at the game at the pregame.
No, not at the pregame. One of our runs, so we gifted some of our runners some shoes and some 7 on Sunday tanks and stuff like that. And so she got some Pegasus, and so I took the shoes that she was wearing, tied the shoestrings together and threw them up on the light post. Like, you never running in these again. You only running in Nike.
Got it.
But I mean, that was a joke.
It's a joke, but it's serious at the same time. Because it's like, because even at the pregame, the dude from Topo Chico had some Asics on, and Coach Robin was like, we're trying to get this guy out of his Nikes. Because honestly, even too, it's like if you're on a Nike production, and if you have anything on that's not, if you have on, like we did, Gumbo Media did the story on Frostgate for Nike. And one of the people on the, behind the camera had on, some fucking, I don't know if it was Adidas, but it was Reeboks. And, and it was a Reebok, shirt. And, the director was like, give him something else to wear.
Right.
Because, it's like, if you think about any brand, it's like they don't want to see any other brand. That's just what it is. At the end of the day, it's like, they're not supporting us to see some other brand that clearly is our biggest competitor.
Yeah.
On someone that they've been supporting this entire 18 weeks.
And so
I mean, it's just different. Because I think it is different, though, because you all, as owners of these organizations, are sponsored by Nike, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not like they gave all of us, 5 sports bras. So I feel like it's not that crazy if the peasants, like me, I don't have that many sports, you know what I mean? So I feel like so then you're saying they would not be understanding, or they would not look at that picture and be like, oh,
so
she's not a sponsored person.
So that's why I was getting to the point where my story was just like, quite a few of our runners don't run in Nikes.
Yeah,
you know
a lot of the Gumbofit people don't run in Nikes.
Right, and so what we're doing for the most part is really facilitating the introduction too, because now a couple of those people who were running in Hokas for a while, they got some Zoom flies, some Next Percents or whatnot, or some of the Pegasus, and they was like, I would have never bought these and tried these out, but now that I have these now, I love these, I'm enjoying these. They're wearing them for a race day and stuff like that. But it's like, yo, you get me, Aaron, Craig, our little team that we putting together. Us, we gonna be in Nike.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Of course.
That's who the relationship is facilitated through.
Of course.
Our runners who come out, if you listening now, if you coming out to Gumbo, if you coming out to 7 on Sundays, and Nike is not your shoe, please continue to come out. Enjoy the space, enjoy what we have. You know what I'm saying? Nike ain't in our ear hey, go snatch the such and such off of such and such in the store, randomly in the store. It's not that type of energy. We welcome all runners. But, when you pull up, just understand, I might whisper in your ear hey, you know what I'm saying? Pegasus got that little crash rail, it'll help you from leaning to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to be told. It's going to be spoken about.
I think what I'm saying is different.
Okay, that's what I'm
saying. Because you're talking about your general public.
Yeah.
Right? But what I'm talking about is because we're sponsored by Nike, when I post things on social media, I refrain from posting other brands. So even if there's a runner in another shoe, like any runner can wear whatever they want. That's not the argument. It's just like, but if I'm posting something on social media and like the photo that you had on that Kiara put in our WhatsApp, amazing. I loved it. I'm like, that is the vibe of the whole running experience on Saturday. So I was like, I need to share this. And then I posted it because I didn't even notice. And then I was like, wait, fuck. And so I was like, okay, I gotta figure this out, because at the end of the day, when I speak to Nike, it's like they're gonna be like, they might not say anything, but they're also not going to like it. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's that. And then also Nike, when signing up for the cohort, it's like, we're saying you can run in whatever you want. You can wear whatever you want. Just recognize and respect the fact that we are sponsored by Nike. And that's part of the entire cohort experience. And so it's like, it doesn't matter if you decide to show up on race day and have a different brand on. Just know that, you know, if you want to be seen, or if you want any part of like, you know, high spotlighting and things like that, you're not going to be prioritized over people that have Nike on, it's unfortunate, but it's just a matter of the fact. And when I want to be able to like show people and the greatness of our community, I also have to think about all of the other politics that go behind it. And yeah, like I am fortunate, and Ian, you're fortunate of having like things sent to us, and we have all of these like Nike opportunities, but it's like, that's also comes with a lot of responsibility.
It really does.
It's just like, it's not like we just wake up and we're just like, oh, we're Nike sponsored. Yeah. Life is fucking sweet. Like there's so much that goes behind it. And I think that that's something too, where like, we've talked about this and I think I've alluded to it a little bit too, but it's like, all of this is so much work.
I mean, you speak on it better than me.
Like it's so much work, and it's like, we do this for fun, but it's beyond that. This is the work that we committed our lives to it.
Absolutely. We could tell.
Can't say I cannot add on anything to that. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. So yeah, as many feet as I can put into some Nikes, that's where it's at.
And you also have a store. Like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always going to give you shit about carrying books, but that's okay.
Yeah, you know, that's what I'm gonna do.
The store is just general territory.
As far as last lap goes, the number one running shoe in the country is getting sold there. Okay. Mogs need to come and keep my doors open and stuff like that. But like we did 7 on Sundays. We did our photos. Like, you know, it's like a photo shoot. And so for the next week leading up to the marathon, we'll be highlighting some of our runners on our page. So once it was running the marathon and stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw you highlighted Austin.
Yep. Beautiful guy, beautiful person. I've enjoyed getting to know him and whatnot. But, you know, we know not all of them have a lot of Nike gear, or honestly had any prior to this. So what do? We gave them the Aeroloft tank. We put them in some proper shoes and stuff. And then for those who didn't have any bottoms, took care of that and stuff like that. But instantly, that Nike Aero Swift, they didn't know what that felt like. And the minute they felt it, it was like, all right, well, this is my race day shirt right here. I can't run in nothing else but this. Mm-hmm. Same for the shoes on a lot of them. That's how they feel. And that's the way, me personally, I'm approaching which, you know, with respect to anybody listening, is probably different to what Courtney and Gumbo is doing and whatnot.
I mean, it's a lot of the same thing.
Yeah, because I know for me,
you're different because you actually have other shoes. You try on other shoes. I started my running experience running in Nike, and it's like, and that's it. That's, if you ask me for an advice, I only have Nike options for you. I'm sorry.
That's real.
Like, yes, experience it, but like, we know we have runners that love them some Sauconys.
I don't get that. It's just certain things I won't wear.
They love them some Sauconys and Hoka.
Wait, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Oh,
nothing is wrong with that.
Every time I hear Saucony, I think
Payless. Safe. Wear what you need to wear.
He said Payless.
Look, I don't agree. A lot of people. See, this is me jumping off my Nike bag and just saying, like, I understand for those of you that run in Sauconys, y'all really like it.
Straight up and down. I don't get it.
We need to have this runner on so they can just plead their case.
Tell me.
Because they won't get out of them.
Please explain.
We give them Nikes and they say, great. And then you see them in Sauconys.
Don't get them no more Nikes.
No.
Who is it?
Let's just have them on and then let them.
Whatever. Call their ass out.
Set the hoe out.
Honestly, everybody though, I think ultimately it's like at the end of the day, it's a brand, and we understand.
Hell yeah.
So, but
Come
yeah,
out, come run with us. Bring your other shoes.
yeah, we'll still love you.
Hell yeah.
It's really no shade. It's really no shade. So what do you plan on doing? Like, what's your prep going to be like for the marathon?
So like this week or like the day before, the whole prep?
What's coming to mind?
The whole week. So I've just been drinking a lot. I have water and Gatorade with me now. Gatorade, I don't know how if I should be drinking this, but I like the way it tastes. So I'm just getting my electrolytes. This week, I love HelloFresh. So my mom put me on. I feel like it's definitely something aunties do. But I've been making HelloFresh meals, and there's like a lot of pastas. I'm eating that.
Oh, that's the joint where they deliver it?
Mm-hmm. I hate grocery shopping. So they like put all the ingredients in there. It makes like 2 servings. So I live alone. So I have 2 servings all to myself. And just been eating good. The day before, I'm excited for the shakeout run. I'm excited for my hotel stay. I can just relax in a hotel bed.
Where are you staying?
I was just going to see, can we ask you that?
Yeah.
This Marriott downtown.
I was going to be like, you staying in Nobu? But I know that's not right around the way.
What money? No. Actually, it's really expensive to stay downtown. Right now, obviously.
It don't matter what
know.
hotel.
You're right.
They know everybody's coming.
They know. Yeah.
I heard that a lot of people stay in the Gold Coast. Because it's people who aren't from Chicago. They only go so far.
What you mean?
Just like in Chicago, like downtown.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like they only go where they've heard it's safe.
Got it. And that's the Gold Coast.
What I heard you say.
Somebody got killed down there recently.
Yeah,
actually.
They wouldn't believe you.
Yeah.
I feel like you could tell these people that it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Just watch yourself.
Absolutely.
Like, why just get... Mm-hmm. So you're staying at the Marriott?
Marriott downtown, yep. My mom is really big on YouTube videos. Also, my mom is my homie. Love her.
That's so sweet.
I've enjoyed watching your mom on your social media.
Yeah, you guys are like
I love her
she champions you. Like, it's legit.
Yes. Like, I love our relationship. She is my rock. So she loves YouTube, and she sent me videos. And so that's why I shared in the WhatsApp that miles 15 through 20 are like, obviously the hardest because you're getting extremely tired, but also no one is like over in that area to cheer for you. So the whole video was just great because he was also talking about getting there early, finding your corral. So just mentally preparing as well. And just, I think the last 9 miles we ran together was excellent. So I could visualize. Again, the pregame was great to...
He talked about
visualize
the way, okay, but it also applies to like, I mean, he just put us on for manifestation.
Yeah.
Like, cause he said color. I said, word. I don't even know why I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Taste, smell, put on the outfit.
Yeah.
Like I was learning, low key, I was hoping everyone else was into it because I was feeling like, some people's probably not their thing. But I was like, word.
We were all into it.
I was like, this is, because you could get like.
He was talking about all of the things like a shorty with a hair wrap would tell me. I was here for it.
Yeah.
He could have lit some incense and a sage and it would have been
well. Yeah.
He did really like that. I was honestly like, I don't want to say surprised, but like I like took a lot from that and I've been thinking about it since.
Yeah. Same. Me too.
He could have easily been Hotep.
But he wasn't. Look at that guy.
Easily. Which honestly kind of like changed my thoughts about Hotep. Like, dang, y'all niggas really might know something.
I'm sure there is some truth to something that they say.
Yeah, I think for me it's the attitude.
Yeah. So, now we're talking about Hotep.
Okay, let's move on.
I'm almost to a point where it's like, I'm kind of done thinking about it. I want to just do it. Like, let's just do this.
You've been waiting since 2020.
Yeah, literally. So I'm very much ready to just experience this, to feel all the feels, to be in, I'm going to be in pain. Because low-key, I'd be in pain after running 10 miles. Like, it's just going to hurt. So I'm just ready to just do it, feel the energy. I love, like I said, I love track. I love racing. So I love competing. So I hope that also brings out just more energy and just like finding people on the course to like pass. And then that
ghost racing the entire time. I love it.
Got your ass next. And then obviously it's not a race, but
But it is.
It
It
is.
is.
But I'm
It's
gonna
all.
use that to my advantage.
It's a race.
Yeah.
It's a
When you
race.
go to check your results, it'll tell you what place you came in.
Exactly.
It's a
And
race.
that matter. I mean, I will be 45,000 people. I'll be like in the
They break
30,000.
it down.
But still.
They break it down by age group, gender,
Female,
and
yeah,
just
female.
overall place.
Exactly. So I'm not running for a time like that. This is my first, maybe only marathon. But
Why do you say that?
because of time commitment, I enjoy socializing. And now that I'm getting older, I'm 27, so I'm not like that old, but I enjoy like going out on Fridays. And I was doing it for a minute.
Your ass
Y'all.
going out of the country.
Until the miles went. Sure.
Okay, and I was like, I can no longer partake in the streets. So I can go out on Fridays. Like Tuesday and Wednesday nights are running. So there's not a lot of time to just like do other things. So and it's okay. Like for this training season, I was happy to have that. Like I told y'all, like it was really structured. But it's just a lot of time commitment. And then on Saturdays, the long runs are hours. And I personally, I'm a sprinter. Like I like running, but I like sprinting more. And once I'm running for longer than an hour, it's like, why are we? This is not fun. It's low key kind of boring to me.
Yeah,
So
I get it. Could you see yourself in like the 10K half?
Yes,
arena?
so I could definitely do like half marathons, and those are fun. Getting a medal, being part of the race environment experience is really cool. So I could do halves, but once you get up to like 18, 20 plus miles, it's just
So, but
like,
what? I mean, I just want to ask.
Yeah.
Why do you just want to? Is this a bucket list thing?
why did I do it in the first place?
Yeah.
That. And also when I first started running these like longer distances, it was just to prove to myself like, oh, you got this. You are that girl. Like you can do this. Because as a sprinter, I never would run long distances. Like a mile was like, this is really far. And so after I ran the 10K, it was like, oh, okay, what else? Like I like the competing with myself to see what I can do next. And I feel like after a marathon, what can't I do? Like I did it. So I want to do like a triathlon, just like see what that's like. Because I'm not a good swimmer. And then I'll probably just do one of those and then see what else. I probably will never do an ultra, but I'll cap it at
I might have something for you coming up.
Okay.
I might have something for you coming up.
So you like to be one and done.
I think so.
You just want to be like, did that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you like lists.
I like lists.
Yeah, it sounds like you like.
I do like lists.
You like to check off things on a list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same way.
Very much.
So then, like, do you right now? I know you just want to get the marathon done, but do you have in mind like one what you're going to do after the marathon, and if and how long you want to check off the next thing in running?
After the marathon, I have other than a triathlon, which I could do next year.
Yeah. That's kind of the next thing then? Okay. And then you might just be done.
Yeah. Or I'll do like half marathons every year.
Got it.
I think those are very doable.
So you like to stay fit.
I like to stay fit.
You
Yes.
need a reason to stay fit.
Yes. And
Okay.
since like I'm not, obviously you can't like do a pickup track meet. So like I don't have an outlet. So I just have to do that. I like volleyball, love lotto, shout out League of Their Own.
Yeah.
All of these different sports, women just doing the thing. So doing things like that.
You know, you can competitively run 5Ks too. That's fast
5Ks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's fast. Yeah, it's a fast half
That's
run,
like-
but yeah, you can.
There's
do it.
also mile races.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still don't like running long distances.
But that's like literally the shortest.
I think 5 is
The 1 mile race?
Oh, the Humboldt mile. Yeah,
The Humble Mile, that's like
Yeah.
people come out and they race that shit.
They race that.
There's the people who come out with their strollers,
They
but
didn't do
then
it
like
because
if
of the
you're there
pandemic,
to not
though.
play games,
Yeah.
that is the race for you.
I could try.
Yeah.
Try. I really mean it though when I say I don't like running more than a 400. And I also like to be on a track with
But you also talking about halves and stuff every year.
you, right?
I'm just saying
It's
if
like,
you want to do a short
if I'm gonna do a long distance
Hey,
run,
look,
I don't want to have to be sprinting.
Stazi.
And I feel like I gotta sprint.
Stazi, I
3K.
hear you.
I mean, a 5K.
I hear you.
What?
I see you.
What?
I'm receiving what you're saying.
Thank you so much.
We might have to talk.
Okay.
I might have a space for you somewhere.
I'm ready. Sign me
Okay.
up.
Okay. I'm with it. And I also want to just shout out you real quick because like just today you kind of like really in your bag, and I don't want to throw you off with this compliment. But like you like really in your little podcasting
About
bag.
what?
Just the level of questions and then follow-ups. It's like
The way
it's crazy.
Ian is looking at me right now.
Yeah, listen, the way I've been looking at you this entire time, I've just been so fucking impressed. It's like
I feel like I'm off of a little high from yesterday's event.
I am
Killing
the
it.
direct opposite. I've been drained all day. Like,
I went home and turned my phone off and went to bed by 9. That was my day yesterday.
not what happened.
We were watching the Great British Baking Show, and I was falling asleep before like the last competition at the end. And I was like, we need to turn this off because I need to see what's going to happen. I'm falling asleep, and so I just like crashed.
You
listen,
deserve.
I got like 10 hours of sleep last night.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I did not.
Yeah, it's like the first time I've gotten that much sleep in probably 6 months.
I've gotten
Wow.
20 hours sleep since last night, but I've been sleep off and on all day, like just mentally drained. Like it's the level of effort it took for me to put together this ensemble.
That you
was
see, I have
crazy.
2 shirts on right now.
Yeah.
I changed my shoes just to make it seem like I tried to take away from all of this.
Y'all look good. Stop it.
You know what I mean? Because I was like, it's been like a mad dash to the end of this training season.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this shit low-key drug me through all the mud and like water and like gravel. But at the same time, I'm stronger for it, and I've learned a lot about myself. You know, the coaches team has learned a lot. But like, when I tell you this 18 weeks for me feels like I trained for the marathon.
Yeah.
But then I feel like I trained for 2 marathons. Like, I don't even, it's just, yeah.
And y'all are listen.
I'm so happy that we're here, and I'm really but then now after the pregame, I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to like get to the place where I can like chill a little bit.
I love it. My big thing, I guess, this is just fucking word I was trying to think of, but it's like is the shakeout run on Saturday.
Yeah.
and
But
stuff
you
like that.
luckily like you have a lot of support with that. The fact that like Nike's actually helping you put that together, and like
Bodies
you have
on
like
the ground.
the street being blocked off, and you
Yeah.
have like actual volunteers and pacers and stuff
Yes.
like that. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, I would not have done it. Honestly, at the pregame, like I wouldn't have done it without my 7 on Sundays family. Like Karen came through and helped me with she manned the booth.
I wasn't
She
even
did. Yes.
I literally look. See, we wanted you to be we wanted him to be co-host, but at the same time, I was like, Ian, you know you're gonna have a table. How are you gonna do both?
And I thought,
And he's like, oh, I'll just put Julius there. I got it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm
I'll
like,
be there. I'll be back and forth. I underestimated
Yeah.
how much time I would be spending on this stage and doing all of those things. I underestimated. So she came in at the last minute and was like, yo, I got you.
Community, that's what it's all about.
She's a
That's
parent.
great.
She already knew. She's like, your 15-year-old is not going to be able to handle that.
No.
And so she came in, swooped in, shorty killed it, 38 sales.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Period.
I gave her because also I'm a nigga, so like I didn't know what to tell her. So I gave her very little information on a lot of shit. And she just pulled it all together and just sold stuff like
I got
left
a business
and
card
right.
in my bag too. She did it right.
I done had them business cards for like 6 months. I ain't thought to do that shit one time.
Also, that was all her.
That was her I
See,
did.
do you hear me?
That was how I
Women,
did. I wasn't
we
gonna bring
run-
no
we run shit.
bags. I wasn't gonna bring no bags.
Wow.
She
He
was
was
like,
about to
Ian,
hand
grab
you
the
your
paper
t-shirt
bag.
and all your goos and be like,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah. Recycle, baby. We don't do bags like that. You know what I'm saying? Like she came prepared.
No, that's awesome.
Really
Shout
got
out.
it together. Had the I looked like I got her together because I set up the table and stuff like that. Like the presentation was me, but the work, the effort.
And she was quick with it too. Like she was excellent. Yeah.
She had to be to like sell that much and keep people interested and stuff like that. Like it was. I hugged her like 12 times. I didn't know what else to do.
That's
Like,
awesome.
It was, and then she had a gyro waiting for me afterwards.
Yeah, I saw you going in on it.
Oh,
I
what
wasn't
waiting for
even
you?
going to
A
introduce.
gyro.
Oh.
I say euro.
I'm about to say, now wait
but
a minute.
It's okay.
Yeah, don't start.
Because the thing is whenever I say euro, niggas be like, you mean gyro? And I'd be like, okay. I don't. Let's
This
just not
is
even-
America.
You just get what you
This
get. and
is
I'll get what I
America.
get.
You know what a Y sound like?
You see, this is the problem. This is when the
Chicago.
podcast starts to
Right,
get
are you a
inappropriate.
transplant too?
Yes. You think I'm from here? Thank you so much.
Where are you from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
I'm from Minnesota, so I don't know what that has to do with anything.
I mean, not really. I was born in DC. I moved a lot,
That's
but
what
I'm
I
from St.
thought.
Louis.
Yeah, I thought you was from DC.
But you thought I'm from Chicago, Southside.
Listen, I had no idea that you was just playing track.
Oh my God. I'm going to tell my family. Thank you.
So I just want to know, like, you said you don't know what you're going to wear. You already know what the situation is going to be. Who are you going to be looking for? Are you going to be trying to run with Paige?
Absolutely.
Like-
My ace boom coom. So
Y'all going to be pacing each other?
yeah, but unfortunately, she's in a corral ahead of me. So I'm in like the last wave 3, but I'm in corral L. So I'm in the first corral of wave 3.
And
So
she's
she
in
can
2?
come into your corral.
Yeah.
You can't go to hers.
Okay, bet. So she's in the last.
So she could just
Corral
stand
of
there
wave
and
2.
let people just like pass
No,
her.
she can actually go
Just
into
go
her
into my
corral
corral.
with her.
In the
Well, I know normally you
this is
can
different.
switch.
This is 2021.
Normally you can go backwards a corral to run whatever corral you wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're like
Change the rules
like
this year?
mitigating the amount of people
yeah.
in that space and stuff like that. But when y'all get there, because y'all still gonna have to get there at the same time, you can ask.
Okay.
The thing has traditionally been you cannot move up,
But you can move back.
You're right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but with COVID, like he's saying, who
I thought-
knows?
Someone said, I don't know where I heard, but it was like once your corral closes, you cannot run the marathon.
We were saying that, yeah, once your corral closes, you can't get in. But I'm assuming if you just stand there, because the corrals, they move into the same space.
Right,
So
so-
she just stays
Okay.
and waits for you to come and you're right behind.
Okay. And her time won't be messed up either, right? Because our time starts when we cross the start line.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Your chip gets activated at the start.
That's really helpful because we
Yeah.
low-key had anxiety about that because I
No.
have to run with her. Like when
Yeah.
we ran the 20 miles, it was difficult from like 16 to 20. And I was like, we were running so slow that we were pretty much walking.
Where you feel like you're just speed walking?
Yes, I was like, I'm gonna just start walking. And
Yeah.
Paige looked at me like, girl, what are you doing? I was like, it hurts. And she's like, nah. Like she was almost like disappointed in me. And I was like, you're right. What am I doing? So then I started back fake running
Yeah,
again.
it's the movement. You gotta keep it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then we got faster when we got to like 19 when we got closer.
Mm-hmm.
So just having her there to like hold me accountable is just, I'm gonna need that because it's going to be hard.
Well,
And,
Oh, go sorry.
yeah, I'm nervous. But anyway.
Well, I'm just like I know you said that that YouTube video that your mom found said that like there's no one between
Yeah.
like 17 and 20 or 15 and 20. There's still
People.
It's not like it's dead.
Oh.
Because like
But that's
Edge,
why
we're at 19. We're at 21 or 20.
Yeah, that's
Well, I heard a lot of people are at 21 actually
But-
like in Chinatown.
Well, no, we're past Chinatown.
Oh.
So we're what 22.
let me look at the map right
So,
now.
but Edge is at 17. Like
Okay.
where we ran from on Saturday,
Right.
that's 17.
Okay.
So like there's still gonna be people.
I know, right? I feel like that was
There's
so-
for me there was like a stint of maybe like a mile or two where there was absolutely no one, and it
Oh.
was where when we ran, it was like really random, and it was like there was that festival thing happening, and it was like
Yes,
there was like a
over there.
stage.
Mhm.
You talking about when you crossing the bridge, like by Halsted,
Before you
get into Chinatown?
before you
Yep,
cross the bridge.
before
Yeah.
the bridge.
That area,
That's-
that was like I was literally like,
Am I on the right course?
I was because I hadn't put my AirPods in the entire time. I was like, is this the time I put my AirPods in? Because ain't nobody over here, you know? Like,
But it's no homes, there's nothing there.
there's
so
no one
that's-
lives there.
Yeah, that's like
But
between Pilsen and
As soon as you
Chinatown.
hit, as you hit Chinatown, which is
It's
within
lit.
that time, I think I would argue it's really not that big of a chunk of mileage where there's no one.
Okay.
It's like maybe 2 miles, maybe 3.
Okay.
But like, because once you hit Chinatown, they're lit.
Yes.
Lit as hell.
Yeah.
And then like even like you cross the bridge, there might be another little moment where you're like, oh, there's less people, but it kind of might be nice. And then and then before you know it, there's a shit ton of people again because you hit downtown.
Right.
So
right.
and you'll see us at like I think it's like mile 21 or 22.
We'll be just past mile 23
Oh yeah, 23. Okay. So like
After
you'll
the
you'll see
last
familiar
5K.
faces.
Got
and
it.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
That like she said, that's pretty much it.
It's
I
really
mean,
not that
There's like a weird space, and there's like a weird space between us and Cermak, because Cermak is where the crowds are usually at again.
Yeah.
Where it's a little light. You got like a medical tent. Yeah, medical tent. And then some of that bio-free situation.
Yes, I'm excited
right
for
That
there.
shit, that shit will fuck you up in the best way possible.
I
Because
know.
I remember, like, because I ran in these like 3/4 pants, and like I was having them put that shit on top of my leggings. Because like you still want it on your legs, but you can't obviously take your pants off. And so,
But
like,
I would. Is that against the rules?
Yes.
Listen,
cannot be out here looking
No.
crazy.
You
will
cannot
get
pull your pants
disqualified.
down to get some biofreeze.
No, I wore my 3-inch shorts.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
chafing?
Huh?
You don't have chafing? I want to wear shorts.
Let me tell you.
Oh.
Like
I
when
can wear
that
I would
last
wear leggings. Like
that last
long
station,
leggings.
the biofreeze is just a bucket of goo, right?
And you just
And so it was this white dude with the biggest calves I ever seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was cramping in places I didn't even know you had muscles,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yep.
And so which was like all really high up.
Yep.
No, that man
hips.
touched me like he was my doctor. I was like, put it everywhere. Okay.
he was up underneath, where the
Listen.
spandex meets the rest of
I
the
love it.
fabric. You know what I mean? Just
Was playing.
So you
no
don't have to pull your pants down. They will go under
They're
your
like-
pants.
He did for me.
Okay.
So I mean, you could wear your legging
And then
shorts.
like in Chinatown, these little poor girls, I'm so sorry to this day. Like they had the spray cans and stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was spray, not goo.
It's both.
So yeah, they have both.
Yeah.
But so in Chinatown, I had the spray cans. Like I literally had to go behind the sign with the spray can and like spray up in that
okay.
situation.
Nice. Okay.
And stuff like that. Because
Yep.
I needed biofreeze everywhere.
Good. Okay.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I can wait
Take
for that.
advantage of all that, like as many I took
If you
advantage of
need it.
biofreeze like come mile 20. That was when I was like,
Yes.
I think I got it like 2 times where one, it was the can and they sprayed that shit. And then the other one, it was goo. And that goo was nice. The goo to me was great because it's like, it's a
Like,
little bit,
the
it's like,
bluest
it's
eyes.
thick.
That's good to know.
And my pants were just dirty afterwards.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like, I mean, they felt
So
great.
there's more than one biofreeze station? I
There's
thought there was
several.
just one.
There's several.
And
Have
if you look at the
looked
route,
map?
they
Yeah, I
have
thought
all
there was
of
just
them.
one.
You got one at 21.
They should have more than one.
No, I hit 3 of them.
I remember I at least had 2.
So the first one I personally hit was
It might be a biofreeze like thing that's like a little bit more advertised.
yeah. So
Because
that
then
one,
they might have it again, but it might not be like a full tent.
Got it. So maybe it
the big
starts at
Yeah.
the big biofreeze
They might have, like,
tent
their
situation
moment.
is in
Got
Chinatown.
it. That's good to know.
Yeah.
But they have biofreeze at a couple different stops.
But
Got
I
it.
would take advantage of it when you see it and you feel it, like, yeah. And then
Okay.
and then if you
If you
need goos,
cramp,
because
man.
if you do get like, if you start feeling blah, it just means you need sugar, right? Like those moments, like how you're saying with running that 20 mile.
Yep.
Like what I've learned even with running with Coach Robin, because I'll get those moments where I'm just like, I don't want to run everything. Like I just feel like I'm running so slow and my body just wants to cave into itself.
Yep.
She's just like, you need to eat sugar. You
Yep.
need to eat caffeine. You need to eat like some carbs. So like they give out goos after mile 20, I think.
Okay.
Do you remember that? They have like Gatorade goos that you can get.
Gatorade.
Yeah, but
they
they
have the
don't
Gatorade,
give it to you until like the end
Those
of the
last
race.
few miles.
So
Okay.
you won't see none of that. The only thing you'll see is water and like just liquids. And then you come to like mile 20 or even 18, and then after that you'll start seeing like bananas and the goos because that'll be like that last kick to get you to the end.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I'm really excited to see you out there and like everyone else, obviously. Yeah. Do you have any plans with your family after?
Yeah. Brunch, get lit.
Did you put an RSVP? Like
Sure did.
Okay, because we were at the last. Were you on the check-in?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like,
my
y'all
goodness.
better put in these RSVPs, these little,
Oh, yeah.
open table reservations, because these motherfuckers out here just,
Yeah.
you can't go nowhere.
Oh, I believe it. I believe
You
it.
cannot go
It's done
anywhere
with.
It was still really open though, so I don't know
Okay,
what
good.
folks are doing. Or
because
maybe
people
they
aren't
don't have
in
a spot.
town yet.
Oh, so you're doing
There's
like
gonna be a lot of
A
last-minute
lot of people
reservations.
come in, right, like on Thursday or Friday, and then a lot of people don't think about it.
yeah, I made that because I'm trying to be wasted. Because I also haven't
Immediately.
been able to drink for real because obviously trying to stay
Stay
the
moving.
trainer mindset, but-
It's
Stay
gonna help
moving.
the legs and everything.
yeah.
Don't just like sit or go to sleep. Like honestly, keep walking.
Oh,
Which sounds
so I was
crazy.
gonna take like a nap or something, but it said don't do that.
I mean, if you want to, if you take a nap, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be really sore.
Got
and
it.
like obviously you're gonna be sore either way. But I remember when we did 2019, like
We got
I hosted
so
people.
wasted.
Okay, we got wasted, but we also like I hosted the Gumbofit crew at that time, which was like it was like 6
Smaller.
marathon runners. It was
Yeah.
10 of us, I think, all together.
Yeah.
But we all met at my house in my basement because I have like a entertainment thing in my apartment building, and they and like I couldn't stop moving because I was hosting, and I lived on the 3rd floor, so I had to walk up these stairs,
Oh,
up and
yeah.
down, and out into the bag and all that stuff. So the next day, I didn't even really feel anything. And
okay.
So like the moment you stop, that's when that like it seems like all of that.
Yes.
It just
Lactic
you
acid
just start.
builds
That's
up.
good to know then.
You know what I mean?
So I'll stay like
Come
Yeah,
to last lap.
last lap.
Yes.
You come out there.
I'm trying to pop bottles. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to be in the streets.
No,
You
bring
know?
them. Bring
Heavily.
the
So,
bottles.
yeah.
All of the bottles.
Okay, babe.
Yeah.
Say less.
You can bring your family, your friends.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Hubbard Inn has a ticket for a free drink. I'm gonna start there. That was part
Oh,
of
you
the,
should about to be lit. You know,
and I
Mike.
think you as a gumbo runner, you can actually go. You can pull up to the post marathon part that they have right there in Grant Park.
Yeah,
Oh.
like the marathon's doing something.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike said that when he drinks after the marathon, he doesn't feel it.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm like, that's weird.
No pain.
He doesn't feel. He didn't
The
feel like the
alcohol?
alcohol.
Oh, he don't get drunk?
He said that it's hard for him to get drunk after a marathon. I'm like, that's absurd. I feel like you're just on a high and you don't even know what you feel.
Gee.
I don't think that'll be a problem for
Me
me.
and Courtney
Like-
got. I don't know about everybody else.
We got
but
sauced.
Me and Courtney got
It
so
was-
drunk. Carly has videos of us.
I don't think that it was that bad.
No, you haven't seen the video. We were so drunk. So drunk. I know. I at some point.
I was just enjoying the moment.
I mean, we had so much fun.
Yeah. Okay, so noted. We got to get you a bottle. You like what is it? Añejo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yup.
Casamigos or Don Julio?
Casamigos, but I also like, what's the black brand? Out of Chicago. Tequila. John
What is-
Basil.
Put us on. You said
Say-
John
John Basil.
John Basil.
Yeah. Tequila.
John
What you laughing
Basil?
at? Yes.
That's funny as hell.
Why is that
That
funny?
would be a Chicago brand. John Basil.
Why is that funny? But yeah, that's tequila.
You know
Look
folks
at
on the
this,
west
John
side.
Basil. I'm about to follow him. Oh, shaky. Oh, shaky.
Shaky, turn that bitch up.
Calm still. Okay. John Basil.
Yes, John Basil. Give me some of that black.
Oh, he does all summer.
Ah, okay.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't really have any other questions. I don't want to hold you, but like, what are you thinking?
Listen, I've said to so many runners, you know, and I truly mean it, even though how many times I repeat it. It's been beautiful to watch you from heartbreak to race day, and it's been really awesome. I think you're a phenomenal, talented athlete. I could hope
Yeah.
you continue
Yep.
to run past this and whatnot, and I see you collect more and more medals and whatnot. Now that I'm hearing about your love of track, like me and Aaron been talking about some things, so I'm gonna pull up on you
Please
and
do.
stuff like that. But yo, like I know we love having you in this community, so continue to show up,
Thanks,
please.
y'all.
Yeah, you've given us lots of laughs. you know what I mean? The personality is always a vibe. Whenever you show up, I'm excited. Like,
Aw.
you know what I mean? Like you and Paige are hilarious.
Thanks.
You know what I mean?
That's
I think
one of my favorite people in the world.
yeah, like you guys also like your personality is really like I think just like amped up the whole crew. Like you have very infectious energy. So like everybody like when y'all are present, people feel it, and like the entire cohort I think ultimately like loves you. I mean like everyone loves each other at this point. Like you're saying last weekend, like we find everyone kind of felt a moment of like, oh, this is coming to an end. Like and the bond just kind of shifted a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah. And so yeah, I mean, thank you for being a part of this journey.
Yeah, thank you for having me, for real. I also wanted to say thank you for, I don't know if we ever talked about it, but the fact that I was able to be in the Nike store, I feel like that was because
That's so
y'all
cool.
putting me on. Like they came to Gumbo, right? And they asked
Yeah.
like, who y'all think, I don't know what conversations were had, but
Yeah.
like that was y'all. So I'm really grateful for that opportunity and just everything, like the community, the free gear, the support, the tips, tricks, all that. So I'm really grateful for both y'all. And I know the work that goes into it. So thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me.
Thank you for being here. We'll see you this Sunday.
Yeah, we're gonna see y'all Saturday. We're gonna see y'all Sunday.
See you
Yes,
on
sir.
tomorrow. I'm gonna see.
Pull
Yeah,
up.
we low-key see each other a lot.
Yeah, but it's about to end. Don't you worry. Before you know it, you're gonna be like, "Damn, I missed them."
You're right. You're probably right, actually.
You know what I mean? But
And also, like,
Yeah.
I see why, like, I feel your vibes
What?
because in the last like 3 to 4 years, women from St. Louis have just been continuously lighting up my life
yes.
in various different ways.
Did they have micro
It's
braids or
something-
was it?
Huh?
They have micro braids?
No, if they had micro braids, I'd be married. But like, no, but like.
Us St. Louis women, we different.
Y'all cool as stuff.
Hell
like y'all cool as
yeah.
shit. Like
Yeah.
all like every woman that I've met from St. Louis is just like cool as hell.
It's the Midwest
easy to be
vibe.
around. I fuck
It's
with it.
big St. Louis. That's
So-
what I always hear every time someone's from St. Louis.
Keep bringing that energy.
Yes, sir. We'll do.
You feel
We'll
me?
do.
You know, I think Carly from St. Louis.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I never really met people from St. Louis till I came to
Me and Paige
Chicago.
from St. Louis.
Word.
I didn't realize Paige.
I know so many people
Okay.
from St. Louis at this point.
Yep.
Damn. All right.
Christian, low-key from Ferguson. Okay, sorry. I know
Okay,
it's all
wow.
good, but-
Okay, yeah, shout him out. Shout him out.
I'm done.
Let them know.
All right, then. Well, that wraps up another episode of the Runners Club podcast. Thank you for listening. If you're at the end of your run, amazing. If you're not, keep going. You're doing phenomenal.
If you just crossed the fucking finish line, I don't want to yell in your face because you're really close to the mic. If you just crossed the fucking finish line, A for you right now. Like,
Have a shot for us. Enjoy the beer. You did this. You're amazing.
all of it. Like, take this energy with you if you listen to this. And you